let's have a look here. Let's see now. Oops. Okay. What's the equation of the circle? Well, that's pretty straightforward. That's x minus 3 squared plus y. Not as easy as I thought, because we do not have the radius. I'll have to calculate that. Y plus 4 squared. So the radius will be the distance between those 2 points. That is the square root of 16 plus 1. So that would equal 17 then. Okay, so that's A done. Let's have a look now at B part 1. So the way I like to do this is by completing the square. So that's x minus 4 squared. That gives me that and that. Plus y minus 5 squared. That gives me that and that. But this makes a plus 25 and a plus 16, which is a plus 41. But I only need a plus 32, so I have to put a minus 9 at the end. So this will be minus 9 equals 0, or in other words, equals 9, or in other words, equals 3 squared. So the center is at 4, 5 with radius of 3. Part 2, that line is a tangent to that circle. So this is a perpendicular distance formula. The perpendicular distance has to equal 3. Perpendicular distance to the center. It's a tangent, so the perpendicular distance between the point, which is at the center of the circle, and the line has to equal the radius. So that has to equal 3. Okay, so that would be 3 times 4, which is 12, plus 5 times 4, which is 20, plus k over square root 3 squared plus 4 squared is 5. So that means 15 plus or minus 15 has to equal 32 plus k. So k will equal minus 32 plus or minus 15. So that means k is, take the minus one first, minus 47. And then, or is that 18? Minus 18? Or no, 17, I think. Yeah. Okay, C. A circle has a line y. A circle has the line y equal 2x as a tangent at the point 2, 4. The circle also passes through the point 4 minus 2. Find the equation of the circle. Well, let's draw this. So we know at this point here, 2, 4, we have the line with slope 2 passing through the origin is a tangent. And we also have this other point here. So it's getting tricky now. So what I'm thinking, with not too much trouble, I can find this line. And I need to find a point on this line that will make this distance equal to this distance. So we use the formula y minus y1 equals m, which would be minus a half, times x minus x1. That's this line here. So I have y equals 4 minus a half x plus 1. Y equals 5 minus a half x. And then the distance from here to here has to equal the perpendicular distance from here to here. Ooh, that doesn't sound like the best way to do it, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, I should write down the other point now before I clear this off. This is the point 4 minus 2. No, sorry, it's not. That's not. It's the point 2, 4. And this is the point 4 minus 2. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Perpendicular. Oh, I also have to rewrite this actually. So that would be multiplied by 2, take the other side, that would be x plus 2y minus 10 equals 0. So that's this line here. Oh yeah, and this is the line y minus 2x equals 0. Let's see. And this is the point xy, or x1, y1, or whatever. Let's just say x1, y1. Okay, so, okay. Minus 2x1 plus y1 plus 0 all over square root of 5. So that's the distance from that point to there. And then that should equal square root 4 minus x1 squared plus minus 2 minus y1 squared. And then we can use this fact here, y1 equals that. So I can, in theory, could solve this for x1 and then have y1. So that's minus 2x1 plus 5 minus a half x1 over root 5. And then 4 minus x1 squared plus minus 2 minus y1 minus 5 plus a half x1 squared. Doesn't look too bad to solve. If I square both sides, it'll make a quadratic. Doesn't feel like the best way to do it though. I'm just going to think before I continue. I'm going to continue to see what happens. But actually I won't square it just yet. I'll multiply across by the root 5, and that's minus 5 over 2x1 plus 5 modulus equals root 5 root 4 minus x1 squared plus x1 over 2 minus 7 squared. Now I'll square both sides, so I'll get 25 over 4 x1, and then twice the first by the second, so that's minus 25x1 plus 25 equals 5. 16. Minus 8x1 plus x1 squared plus x1 squared over 4 minus 7 x1 plus 49. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. Basically gets rid of the 2 there, doesn't it? Gets rid of the 5 there. And multiply by 4. So I get 5x1 minus 20x1 plus 20 equals 49, 50, 65. Okay, and then the x's minus 15 x1 plus 5 over 4 x1 squared. So multiply by 4. Okay. Oh, I lost the square there. 5x1 squared minus 20x1 plus 20. 60, 250? No. 60 and 60 is 120, 240, 240 and 20 is 260, minus 60x1 plus 5x1 squared. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. That cancels with that. So that is 40x1 equals 260. So that means x1 13 over 2. And that means y1 would be 5 minus 13 over 4. That's 7 over 4. They're seeming like messy answers, aren't they? Let's have a peek. Yeah, I think I've made a slight number slip here. Because I'm only off ever so slightly. I'm just having a peek here at what the solution should be. It should be 6, not 6.5. So I'm only a tiny bit off. So what have I done wrong? Let's see. Oh, right at the end. 260. That's 240. And that's, oh, yeah, okay. Imagine getting through all that and making a mistake at the last hurdle. The joys. So 240 divided by 4 is 6. And then 5 minus 6 over 2, 5 minus 3, that's 2. Good. And so I have the center of the circle now, which is excellent. So what's left to get? Just the radius. That'd be that distance there, wouldn't it? So let's see. That's now 6.2. So the radius would be the square root. The difference here is 2 squared. The difference here is 4 squared. So that's root 20. So the answer is x minus 6 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 20. Yeah, okay, great. I think that's everything in the question.